Happy VA Wednesday. So today we're going to be talking about a question I get, oh gosh, at least 4 times a week. Can I use my dad's VA eligibility? Okay, so my dad served in the Navy. I did not serve in the military. I cannot use my father's VA eligibility to buy a house. Okay, you can't either. Now, here's the thing. If my dad and I were gonna live together, right? So if my dad and I decide like, hey, yeah, we wanna live together, we wanna buy a house together, could he do a VA loan and could I also be on that loan as his daughter? Yes, I can do that. However, a down payment would be required for my portion because VA is not gonna guarantee my portion because I did not serve, okay? Nephew, niece, cousin, aunt, everyone but a spouse, that is how it works with VA, okay? Now, what I'll hear sometimes is, well, I'm gonna live in the house, but my dad said I could use his VA and he's just gonna live somewhere else. No. The purpose of a VA loan is to provide housing for the veteran. That is the purpose. It's not to provide housing for their child, for their uncle, for their nephew, for their grandchild. The loan is to provide housing for them. Okay. Now, what happens sometimes, and it's always disappointing to me, and I'm assuming you guys aren't trying to do this, so I'm just going to cover it in a video. Someone will say to me like, hey, yeah, my dad said I could use his VA. And I'm like, is he going to live with you? And they're like, no. And I'm like, you can't do that. And then they're like, oh, well, what if I say he's going to live with me? Well, you'd be lying and committing mortgage fraud. And now you're trying to drag me into that, pit of despair. Thank you, but no. And that's what you guys really need to understand is that, look, I want to help you guys as much as possible. I really, really do. And as long as everything is by the rules, I'm happy to help you. But a lot of times people think, well, Jen, you're cool. You won't. No, I will. It's my job. Guys, here's the thing about mortgage lending. Every single email I send, my text messages, my phone calls, it is all regulated, okay? And also as a person, I'm a rule follower, okay? I'm little Miss Goody Two-Shoes. So please don't put us in that position where you're saying, well, what if I say, because our response is always gonna be, well, then you'd be lying, and that would be mortgage fraud. And that always stings when we say it to people, and we don't wanna hurt you, but that's the bottom line. So, can you buy with your father, your brother, your uncle? Yes, but if you are not a veteran, okay, there will be a down payment required and the veteran has to live in that property. Okay, so the next question I get is, okay, well, my dad and I both served. Can we both be on the loan together? Sure, that's just a joint VA loan. Those are pretty easy peasy. Now, the other thing that can happen is sometimes someone will be buying a house and the veteran will be occupying, and then there'll be another person on the loan. Maybe it's a boyfriend, maybe it's a girlfriend, maybe it's a best friend, maybe it's a criminal straw buyer. I don't know what it is, right? The important thing for you guys to know about that when you're getting qualified is that we can do a red arrow approval, meaning that we fully underwrite it. However, any joint loan, any joint loan that is not with your spouse, so if there's more than one person on a VA loan and it's not a spouse, it does go to VA after we've totally underwritten it, gotten the appraisal and everything else for their sign off. Okay, and in my experience, that's anywhere from 2 to 10 days to get that back. So that can add additional time to your loan. So really important that you guys know that. And if you're like, why does VA care if I'm buying a house with my girlfriend? Well, because they want to make sure that you're not being fleeced, basically. So the reason why they approve all joint loans is because sadly enough, there's a lot of people that try to use veterans' military benefits in a criminal way. They'll take advantage of someone, they'll swindle them, and then they'll try to take the property from them. And it's just, there's no levels of good to some of the stuff. Luckily, I haven't seen any of that. Thank God. I would not react well to that. That wouldn't be a good phone call. I would really have to temper down. But the key is VA will be reviewing those. So, if your question is, can I use my relative's VA benefit? I am not a veteran and the veteran is not gonna live there. The answer is a hard no. Do I think it would be awesome if you could? As the daughter of a veteran, yes, but at the same point, I didn't earn it. He did, and the benefits for him. So questions, comments, as always, please feel free to leave them. If you guys want to talk, get on my calendar. My calendar, you know, we try to keep it open so that you guys can ask me questions, ask Alyssa questions. You know, we want to help. We're here to help. And it doesn't mean you have to buy a house right now. If you're like, something's been nagging you, always feel free to reach out. Okay? I hope you guys are well. Thanks for watching.